Welcome to Gloomhaven. Here in Gloomhaven, communication is weird and uncomfortable. Money is never shared, and eating road berries to a new quest makes your tum-tum hurt. In this 1 to 4 player board game, many things will be tested, including your patience with your teammate, who didn't watch the tutorial video you sent them or skim the rulebook. Thank you for shopping at Gloomhaven and have a great day. Hey, what's going on, guys? Colin here with Red Beans and Dice. Today I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Gloomhaven. We're going to be doing the first scenario out of the campaign book. I've picked out the Scoundrel and the Brute, and the reason I picked out those two mercenaries for this scenario is because a lot of the videos I watched had the Tinkerer and the Craighheart, which are good combinations. I think they really play well off of each other, and then a lot of the videos do the Brute too. I think Craighheart Tinkerer, Brute Tinkerer were the videos that I've seen the most of. So I picked these two out because they are kind of more high damage, low card count, and I'm just going to try to do a lot of damage, get through the scenario. I got my battle goals, my cards picked out. I will get into those in a little more depth here shortly. And in the words of a famous Italian plumber, here we go. So for my first mercenary, I picked out the Brute. Got him right here, painted up, ready to go. And then for his 30 gold, I picked out the Boots of Striding, and then the Minor Healing Potion. And then for his battle goal, I picked out kill a monster during the scenario by causing at least 4 or more points of damage to it rather than is necessary. The other battle goal I picked out was, I can't remember what it was, but this one seemed like the easier one, so I went with this. And then also, I went ahead and I removed Grab and Go and Provoking Roar. And then the cards I added in its place were Skewer and Balanced Measure. I actually have never used this card, but I figure with the +6 movement, I can charge in there real fast, and then X is the number of hexes you have moved so far this turn. So that's going to be a high attack if I can actually combo these up. And then he has a couple pretty good move cards that I can use, and then this one I don't have to discard it. So that is a huge win. So I've added those two cards to my deck, and yep, that's it. For my second mercenary, I chose the Scoundrel. Got her all painted up, ready to go. She's looking for that loot. Oh, and I named the Scoundrel Karen. And then I named the Brute Et tu Brute, which is, yeah, it's a joke. Maybe some of you get it, maybe some of you won't. And then for the Scoundrel's battle goal, I picked out be first to kill a monster during the scenario. I figured I could, slide in there, have the Brute do some damage to the first guard, and then try to sneak in a kill with her. We'll see how the cards help us out with that. And then I have gone ahead for her deck and removed Thieves' Knack and Smoke Bomb, which I actually really like Thieves' Knack, but at the same time, I replaced it with a couple of cards that I do not have to discard after I use them. And then the Swift Bow I really like, and then Sinister Opportunity, I am just simply giving that a try. We will see how that goes. Maybe I'm going to regret that. Leave something in the comments if you think I chose the wrong cards. I'm sure there's a lot of different opinions on it, but there we go. That's what I picked out. And then also for the Scoundrel, I went ahead and gave her the Hide Armor, the Iron Helm, and then the Minor Healing Potion. All right, so we got scenario number 1, Black Barrow. Our goal is to kill all the enemies, and just for saving time, I'm going to leave this up here. And then if you don't want this mission, the fluff to kind of ruin anything for you, I'm not going to read this. I'm just going to leave this right here. You can pause it and read it if you want. And then I'll go ahead and give you this little down here for when you crack the door over here labeled number 1. And then I got everything all set up. We're ready to go, and let's get into the gameplay. With my Scoundrel, I've gone ahead and picked Quick Hands and Throwing Knives, and I am going to use the 64 initiative as my top card. So she's going to act at 64 initiative. And then the reason I picked that out is because I am hoping that I can draw something from this guard card which lets them move but not get too close. I want them to move, and then I want to attack them. That is kind of my strategy and my thinking here. Then for my Brute, I picked out Spare, Dagger, and Trample, and I'm going to be using the 72 initiative for him. And then once again, I want these guys to move up closer to me so I can attack them, do some damage, and then next turn I can try to hopefully go quicker before they can actually activate and kill them. So get my initiative ready right there, and then let's draw our guard card and see what happens. Okay, so they are gonna, okay, -1 to movement. I think that's a good thing. And let's go ahead and get these guards activated and moved, and then they're also gonna gain strength at the end of their actions. So our elite is gonna move 1, and then our guard over here has movement of 3. So he is just gonna move 2. So 1, 2. And then 1, 2. And that is going to be it for their turn. And then they are also going to gain strengthen. And then the strengthen ability is going to give them advantage on attacks, which is not good. And we're going to have to remove this not at the end of this turn, but at the end of next turn. All right, so I'm going to go first with the Scoundrel, and she is going to use her throwing knives, which is going to be a range of 3, and I can actually attack 2 targets. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. So those are going to be my targets, and let's see if I can do some damage to them. So the first attack I'm going to put onto this guy right here, and it is a +1. So that is actually going to do 3 damage to number 3. And then targeting the elite, I got a +0 modifier, so that is just going to be 2 damage onto the elite. Now the elite has a shield +1, so he's only going to get 1 damage done to him. So onto our brute, I'm going to use the spare dagger, and I'm just going to stay put and try to not get too close to these guys. So the spare dagger does 3 damage, and it has a range of 3. Oh, and then also I forgot to say, for using the throwing knives, I am going to get 1 point of experience. Zoop! For my Scoundrel, for Karen. So with my spare dagger, it is going to be range 3, damage 3, and I'm going to try to attack this guy right here. See if I can kill him, and oh, I got a -1. That's horrible. So I'll go ahead, and he just gets 2 damage done to him. So he is at 5. 6 would have killed him. And I believe that's a good thing in a way, because remember, we have for the Scoundrel, we have the opener be the first to kill a monster during the scenario. So hopefully she can take advantage of that next turn. And let's move on to our next draw of cards for the Bandit Guard, and we'll pick out our 2 cards for our mercenaries. All right, so next turn for the Brute, I've gone ahead and picked out Leaping Cleave and Eye for an Eye, and I'm going to be playing the 18 initiative to start off, and then my strategy is to go ahead and I may mess up the battle goals for both of these guys, but I'm going to move into here, and I am going to try and do damage to this bandit and then that bandit right there, and try to get some damage onto him, and then I'm going to move in with my Scoundrel and try to do I'll show you the cards here in a bit, but these are what I've picked out for the Brute, and I'm going to be acting at initiative 18. For the Scoundrel, I have picked out these cards right here. I am going to move 3, and then try to attack 3, and then since I will be closer, or excuse me, since I will, when the target will be adjacent to any of your allies, I am going to go ahead and add +2 my attack, so I'm going to get my Brute in close, do some damage to a couple different guys, and try to move in with the Scoundrel and do a little more damage because of the bonus that I get down there below single out. So let's draw for our cards, and they got a initiative 35, move -1, and then attack 2, and then range 2. So it looks like it's going to be a ranged attack for him. So first off, we're going to have the Brute go, and I'm going to have him move. Let's see. I'm going to use the bottom part of this card, Eye for an Eye, and he's going to move 2. So 1, 2. And then up here, I'm going to use Leaping Cleave. So I'm going to target this guy and this guy. So for my first attack, I'm going to put it over here, and I got +0. So that means I do 3 damage to him. Now, he was already at 5, so he goes away. I ruined the battle goal for the Scoundrel. It didn't work out. It doesn't always work out. So we'll put a little money toke right there. And then my next attack, I'm going to put it onto him. And, oh, okay, so that is really good. I got a added 6 damage onto that. So I am going to put that over there. I'll have to reshuffle it. That's what the little spinny arrows chasing each other in the bottom right-hand corner means. And sometimes I forget that, and I do apologize. So he is going to do 6 damage to the Bandit Guard. He has 9, and then he also has a shield. So he is going to just get 5 damage done to him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he has 3 more damage left. We'll kill him. Hopefully I can take him out with the Scoundrel here. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to use the bottom half of this card. I am going to move right to here. I'm going to pick up that gold coin. I get that bad boy. I'm going to put that in my little area. And then I am going to use the top part of this. Oh, and I also, excuse me, I get to target one adjacent enemy. So I moved. I get to poison. So I'm going to put my poison on the elite guard right over here. Then I am going to use the attack 3, and then I add +2 to attack and gain 1 experience when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. And then also, I just remembered now, I used a ability last turn with the Brute, the Leaping Cleave, and it says I'm supposed to get an experience. I will be a good little Gloomhaven player and track that experience. There we go. So she is going to be attacking at 5 attack, and then I also will gain an experience. I'll go ahead and click that up for her right now. And I have this backwards. I am so sorry. 2, got it. So now I'm going to draw the modifier for my Scoundrel, and I get a -1. Not a big deal. I am going to do 4 points of damage minus the shield. That is 3. So that is going to be 3 hits, putting him up to 9, and he is gone. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Good job, guys. Bye-bye. Gold coin. And then now we are going to go on to our dreaded guard, who is going to have a -1 to his movement. He has, let me see here, how much movement does he have to begin with? He has 3, so he's going to have 2, and then he is going to move back 1 because it is a ranged attack, and he wants his, he doesn't want to have disadvantage when he uses it, so he's going to move back 1, and then he's going to target the Brute, and for his modifier, he has drawn the +1, which is not good. Okay, put that over there. So he went ahead and did 3 points of damage to the Brute, and I'm just going to have to suck that up and take it. So he is down to 7 hit points. And I just realized that this Bandit Guard actually has the Strengthen token, which means he is going to get advantage on his next attack. So I drew 1 modifier. It was a +1, so that is good. But I'm going to draw another one, and oh my god. Okay, so he gets advantage. I drew the ×2 modifier for the Bandit Guard, so his attack is going to do 4 damage. So that is going to be 1 extra damage onto my Brute. And that hurt, and that really sucked. Okay. All right, so the Strengthen token goes away. I went ahead and shuffled our modifier deck for the Bandit Guard and for the Brute just because they drew the ×2 multiplier, which means that you got to shuffle the deck up. That's what that means. Okay, and let's go on. Let's get our cards for our next round. All right, so for the Scoundrel, I have picked out Backstab and Venom Shiv. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up in there, and I'm going to try to poison this and get an experience and do some damage. And I'm going to be going at 6 initiative. I want to go fast. For our Brute, I picked out Skewer and Shield Bash, and my thinking is I'm going to move in there and use the Skewer and try to do some damage and kill him. And I'm going to be going at 15 initiative. All right, so let's draw for our Guard card. Guard card. Ooh, I flipped that around and caught it pretty well. Okay. Move +1 and attack -1, and then he's going to be going at initiative 30, not a problem. We're going to be going at 15 and 6, as I said down there. Okay, perfect. So first off, we're going to do the Scoundrel. And like I said, I'm going to use the bottom half of this and the top half over here. And I'm going to go 1 and just stick right there. Or actually, I'll go, yeah, I'm going to go 1 right there. And I'm going to pick up that little money, money, money. Karen taking all the money. Okay, so next off, we're going to be doing the attack 3. And then after I attack, he is going to get the poison. So, and I will get the experience for that. I'm going to track that right now. Karen is going to go up to 3. And then she is going to use her Venom Shiv, which is a 3 attack and then adds poison afterwards. So let's see if we can do some damage to this guy. And I drew a -1 modifier for the Scoundrel. So that is going to just be 2 points of damage onto number 1. The Bandit Guard labeled number 1. And then he is also going to get a poison token. We'll just put that right there on his face so he looks unhappy. And then second off, going at initiative 15, we're going to have the Brute. So I'm going to move, let's see here. I'm going to move 2 spaces. I'm going to go 1, 2, move right there. And I'm going to attack him for 3. And then I believe I also get an experience point for this also. So we'll go ahead and push the Brute up to 2. Got him. And he took 4 damage from that ×2 multiplier with advantage. So that wasn't good. He's down to 6 health, which is, it's not where I need him. Okay. So 3 damage for Skewer. And I'm going to draw off the top here. And that is going to be 3 damage, 0 modifier. So once again, oh, wait a minute. He's been poisoned, so that's going to be 1 extra damage. So he is, okay, yeah, since I did that poison onto him, I believe he is going to go ahead and he is going to get 4 damage, which is actually going to bring him up to 6 damage that he has taken, and he is gone. Very cool. Get out of here. You gone. All right, so we'll get him off the board. Bye-bye. And we're going to put some Robert De Niro right there. Okay, and that's looking pretty good. He didn't get any chance to attack back. I'm real happy with that. Okay, so next turn, I'm going to go ahead and pick Warding Strength and Overwhelming Assault for our Brute. And then my thinking with this is I'm going to use this bottom part and move 3, and then I'm actually not going to push him, which you're thinking, well, why wouldn't you do that? You know, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I can push him through these damage traps back here. But if you look a little closer, if I disregard that push, which I believe I can do, I can go up here ahead and I can attack, and then I can push him through that. So, I think either way he dies. He only has 6 life, and he's going to be going through two traps, which I believe do 2 damage. I'll have to double check on that, but this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go at 32 initiative, and hopefully hopefully nothing bad happens. Hopefully it's all good. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, now with our Scoundrel, I've picked out Swift Bow and Sinister Opportunity. So my thinking with this is I'm just going to use the bottom part of this. I'm going to move in there. This Swift Bow has a range of 4, which is excellent. I believe I can go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. I'll be in range of this guy. I think that guy, it's not looking too good for him. He is going to die soon. So, yep, that's my thinking. There it is. And then I'm going to be going at initiative 36. I want to go after the Brute. I don't want anything weird to happen. So, because as soon as I crack this door, I believe that they get to draw their cards, and whoever's higher in the initiative gets to go. So, and then also, I just wanted to say that these do not come with the game. If you don't know that by now, these are just little doors that I made myself that I like better than the flat 2-dimensional ones. 3D is the way to be. Okay. All right. So with my Brute, I'm going to go ahead and move 3. I'm going to crack that door, and I'm going to move right up next to this Bandit Guard that is over here next to these traps. I'm going to push him through, and we will see what happens. So I'm going to go 1. Oh, and he was on a he was on a money token, so Brute gets his money. So I'm going to go 1, crack the door, 2, 3, and then with my attack, I'm going to go ahead and swing for 3 with my Warding Strength. So I get a 3 attack, and then I'm going to push him 2 afterwards. So I'm pretty sure he's dead. I don't think it matters really too much. So, all right. So I got -1 for the attack modifier for the Brute with my attack 3. So that means he is going to get 2 damage points done to him. He is guard 2. We'll put that right over there. And then now I am going to push him 2 spots. So I am going to throw his little butt right across those traps and do 3 points of damage each, which is more than enough to kill him. So he's going to go 1, 2. And that is going to be 3 points of damage, 3 points of damage. That is 6 points of damage. He only has 6, so I believe he is going to get tossed across these and dies. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a gold little token right there. Perfect. So that's it for the Brute's turn. Now we have to draw for the Bandit, and then there is actually a Bandit Archer that I need to get into view, an elite one up there, so that could cause us some trouble. All right, so for our guard card, we have drawn a initiative 70, -1 to movement, +1 to attack. So that is not going to be too bad. I'll put that over here so you guys can see it. And then we have the elite archer up in here, which I do not like. I do not like that at all. But we'll go ahead and draw for her. And she is going to get attack +1 and range +1. No movement on this. So, oh man, maybe she's out of range. I'm not 100% sure there. So she has a range of 5. So, I think she's going to hit me. So +1 to range for her. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay, she is going to... she is definitely going to be in range of the Brute here. That is a long way to shoot. Man, that sucks. Okay. So, yeah, she's going to stay right there. She doesn't have to move. She's going to shoot at me from right over there. But first off, if you remember our Scoundrel, Little Miss Karen, the HR Nightmare, is going to move... Let's see here. I'm just going to move 1, 2, and then 3. I'm going to move right up there. And I'm going to shoot at this guard right there. And then I'm going to use the Swift Bow. So 3 attack, 4 range. Really like this card. And let's see if we can do some damage to him. Okay. Oh, that is awesome. I keep drawing these cards. So I do ×2 damage to the guard over there. He's not an elite, so he doesn't have a shield to block any of it. So that's going to be 6 damage. That means that bandit guard is actually going to die because they only have 6 health. So go me, go Karen. Put a gold little token right there for him. All right, so that was the last guard on the board. So I am, there's no more guards left in this scenario. And since there's no more guards, we can actually disregard this card. We'll still have to deal with the archer, but I'm going to go ahead and put this guard card back over here and just get it out of the way. Okay, so on to our Bandit Elite Archer. So remember, 6 range. That +1 range just really got me out. I thought I'd be out of range, but whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I keep counting it like it's going to change, so it doesn't. She's still going to hit me. So +1 to her attack. She has a base of 3, so that's going to be 4 damage that she is going to be doing. And then also we'll obviously have to draw a modifier, so let's see what she gets. Okay, she got a -1, so that is going to be 3 damage onto my Brute, and he is just suffering away. All right. So he's at 6. He takes 3 damage, and then I'm starting to regret not giving him some armor or anything, so down to 3. And then we drew something with the little reshuffle symbol for the archer, so we'll go ahead and reshuffle the archer deck. And then we also drew a ×2 multiplier for the Scoundrel, so we'll go ahead and reshuffle that. I'll put the archer deck right there so you guys can see it when I draw something horrible. So I am down to 2 cards with my Brute, and I don't have anything that can kind of get me over to this location to take care of that Bandit Archer or to help out with it. So I am going to go ahead and do a short rest, which as far as I know means I'm just going to shuffle these up and randomly pick one. So I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it once, then draw this top one, and I can live with that. I'm going to go ahead and discard this one. Then now for our Scoundrel, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give it a short rest. And then she's only got 9 cards, so Hopefully I don't draw. Okay, perfect. That's the exact one that I wanted. So you know what? I'm actually gonna keep this card and I'm gonna take a point of damage and I'm gonna draw another one. And that was another good one, but I have to get rid of this one. So this one's going in the discard pile. And then Karen is gonna take 1 point of damage. Not good, but hey, whatever. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to play Flanking Strike and Venom Shiv, and I'm going to go really early, and she is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. I can get right into that Elite Archer's grill and cause her all sorts of problems, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack 3 and then poison her and get a little experience while I do it. And once again, initiative 4, I'm going to try to go pretty quickly with that. Okay, so for our Brute, et tu Brute, we're going to be using the Spare Dagger and the Warding Strength. And then I'm just going to use the movement part of this bottom card, and then I am going to use the ranged attack and try to hit that Elite Bandit Archer. And once the Scoundrel, once Miss Karen attacks, she's going to actually poison that, so hopefully I can do a little bit of extra damage onto her and try to kill her because her attacks are brutal. And then I will be going with initiative 27 with the Brute, and hopefully she doesn't get anything lower than that because I guess it doesn't matter too much, but still I would like to attack before she gets to. Okay, so for our Archer card, we're going to go ahead and draw, and she gets a 32, perfect, so I'm going to attack before her. And then the Scoundrel is going to go first. So I'm going to use the bottom part of this, move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to be right up in there. And I'm going to use the Venom Shiv right over here. So before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Karen, not take away, add a little experience. And then I'm going to go attack for 3, and I'm going to go draw the modifier, and I got a +0 modifier, so that means 3 damage. 3 damage onto the Bandit Archer Elite. And then also she is going to get the poison token, which adds an extra damage onto it. Now for the Brute. Oh, and I completely forgot. If I use the bottom part of this, I actually won't be in range to hit her. The Spare Dagger is actually range 3, and I've already picked out my cards, so oh man, that sucks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat this mistake. I'm not going to go back and pick a different card, but I will be using my Boots of Striding, which just give me 2 extra movement points. So I'm gonna tap that puppy just like that, put it down here, use it up, and then I'll be able to move essentially 4 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to be in range of that. And then the reason I'm not moving over here to pick up this gold coin is I have a couple cards that actually modify my attack depending on how many spaces that I've moved. So I'm going to try to get moderately far away so I can use my 6 movement to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and move into there. You know, maybe I can go back and forth and cheese it a little bit. I don't think that's against the rules. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's what I'm going to do. So, you know, if I do something wrong, leave it down in the comments. We all need to help each other out. You know, I'm human. I make mistakes too. So, but anyway, I used my Boots of Striding to get an extra 2 movements. I moved right up to that location. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Spare Dagger. So that's going to be a 3 attack and then a 3 range, which I am in. So that is going to be -1 to the modifier. And then you remember the Elite Archer is poison from the Scoundrel. So I'm going to put that down, and she gets 3 damage points done to her, which once again, she has 7 health, so she is 1 away from dying. So the Bandit Archer Elite is going to move right over here to eliminate disadvantage, and she is going to target Karen. So let's see the modifier that she draws, and then her attack does get +1, which is absolutely horrible. That is going to be... what is that going to be? It's going to be 4 damage. That's her base. So whatever this modifier is. Okay. So that is going to be 4 damage straight up to Karen. And then Karen took that 1 hit point to not get rid of that good card, so 4 damage. And then I also have the hide armor, which should come into focus any day now. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of those and block one of the damage, so she just goes down to math 4. Then also, the spare dagger is going to give the brute 1 more experience. Okay, so for the Scoundrel, I'm going to go ahead and pick out Throwing Knives and Sinister Opportunity, and I'm going to be going at initiative 10. I am going to try to do 1 damage onto that elite archer, which I'm kind of scared because this only has 2 damage, but we'll see. Okay, and then now for the brute, I picked out Skewer and then Balanced Measure. And my thought process here is I'm going to go ahead and break down this door, move into here, and try to do a bunch of damage to these living bones right in there. So, maybe that's not the best idea. I'm not 100% sure, but you know what? That's what we're going to go with. So, and then we'll move 6 and then attack X, where X is the number of hexes you have moved so far. We'll get some experience. I'll have to burn this card, which I'm not happy about, but hey, whatever. We're getting into the final room, so let's try to kill all these guys. That is our objective. And then I'll be going at initiative 35 for him. So right now, the archer is the only thing we have going on. So we'll draw for the archer, initiative 68, +1 attack, +1 range. Put that right down there. Hopefully Karen can kill that little archer before anything bad happens. All right, so first off, Karen is going to go ahead and use the minor healing potion. And I'm going to heal myself back up 3 points all the way to mighty 7. Got it. And then I am going to go ahead and use the top part of this first. So I'm going to be doing 2 damage up to here. Let's draw our modifier. And I got a +1. So that's going to be 3 damage. That's going to be more than enough to kill the Bandit Archer. So she is gone. Go ahead and put a gold coin right up there. And then we use the top part of the Scoundrels card. We're going to go ahead and gain an experience all the way up to 6. And then we are going to use the bottom part over here. And we're going to move 3 and get 1, 2, and move right there. We're going to grab this coin since we ended our turn on it. Karen's grabbing all that money. All right, and now for the fun part. We are going to use our brute and go busting into that door. But first off, he does have a minor healing potion, and I am 110% going to be using that. So his health is going to go popping back up to 6. And then also, I'm going to be using the bottom part of this and then the top part of this. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself 2 experience for that, just so I don't forget. Because you wouldn't believe it, but I do forget. So with the brute, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I don't know if I can kind of cheese it and move down here, then move up to move my maximum 6 spots. But that is how I'm going to do it. Leave something in the comments if you think that's wrong or if I'm cheating, and I'll tell you how you're wrong. So anyway, I moved 6 spots. I already get myself experience for this. Attack X. X is the number of hexes you have moved so far. So I'm going to go ahead and attack for 6. And you know what? I'm going to pick this guy down here, number 7. And I got a +1 modifier. That is awesome. So his base attack was 6, +1 added to it 7. They do have a shield, but they only have 5 health. So I did essentially 6 points of damage to him. That is more than enough. The living bones start at 5. So there is that. He is toasted. We'll go ahead and get him off the board and get a coin on there. And then after I'm done with my turn, I have gone ahead and cracked open that door, so we are going to have to be drawing. So the archer card, I believe, is still in effect because we have opened the door for new archers, so they are going to be acting at initiative 68. And then the living bones, we're going to have to draw for them. So I'll move these down over to here. So hopefully you can see a little bit. So yeah, there you go. Not too bad. All right, so we're going to draw for the living bones. And then they have move +0, attack +0. So let's see here. Initiative 45. These guys are going to be going right now. Karen already went. Et tu Brute has already gone. He smashed that living bones right there. Good job. Very good job, guy. Living bones is going to go. +1 to attack. Their base attack is going to be 1. So he is going to be attacking for 1, and then he can't get in the range of 2 targets. He is supposed to target 2 people if he has the possibility. There's no way he's going to do that. So he's going to stay right there and attack my brute. Okay, so the living bones drew a -1. So that means he does no damage to me. We're going to put that down, and that is perfectly fine with me. So now onto our Bandit Archers. Number 4 is going to act first. So it's going to be +1 to attack. They are in range of the brute, so we'll go ahead and attack the brute. Okay, so +1 to the modifier for the Bandit Archer number 4. So that means that she is going to be doing 2 points of damage to the brute. So we'll go ahead and tick him down all the way to 4. Oh, and excuse me, it's +1 to their damage. So it was a +0 modifier. So that actually means that that Bandit Archer did 3 points of damage. Oh no, okay. Right down there. Then for Bandit Archer number 5, we'll go ahead and draw a modifier for her. And, ooh, thank God. Okay, a -2. So that means only 1 point of damage is going to be put onto my brute, and I am perfectly fine with that. There we go. So with Karen, I have these cards remaining. Now the one that I really want to use is this Backstab over here. It's going to go very quickly, and then when the target is adjacent to any of your allies, I'm going to get +2 attack experience, and then +2 attack and gain an experience when the target is adjacent to none of its allies. So I really want to target this living bones over here. That's what I want to do. But the thing is, I can't get into range because I don't have any cards with good movement that can get me there. So what I'm going to have to do is take a short rest. So I'll go ahead and grab her discarded cards. Take these right over here. I'm going to shuffle them up. And then I'll probably draw the one card I need. Okay, that's not too bad. It's a good card, but I'm going to get rid of it. And so the ones that I needed were the move 5 down here. So perfect. I have those. I'm going to use them. Awesome. So with Karen, I'm going to go ahead and use Backstab and the Venom Shiv I got from the short rest. So I'm going to use the bottom part of this and then the top part of this, and I'm going to do 7 damage to that living bones, and hopefully I can kill him this turn and get rid of him. All right, and for the brute, I went ahead and did the shield bash, assuming that everything goes well and Karen can kill this living bones right over here. I'm going to try to do trample, and just in case she doesn't kill him, I'm going to jump over him and then jump through, try to go through both of these guys, do a couple damage, and then I'm going to do the shield bash, which is a great attack onto one of the archers so that she doesn't shoot me, and that's kind of my thinking. So let's see what happens, and initiative 15 is when I want to go. I want to try to go before everybody else so I don't get shot up. Okay, and then also over here we have the archer card. We need to shuffle that up. I'll go ahead and get that locked and loaded. All right, so let's draw for our living bones. And, ooh, a +2 to his attack. No movement, but that doesn't matter. He is close to us. Initiative 81, he's going to be going very late. Archers are, oh no. Okay, so initiative 16, that is really fast, but as you can see over here, thank God, 15 and 6. I got some quick little characters over here, so hopefully we can mess them up before anything bad happens. Okay, so let's go with Karen, and we're going to activate her first because she has the quicker initiative. So move 5, let's go ahead and get with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to stop right there, pick up that gold, boom, and then I'm done with this, and then onto this, I'm going to go ahead and do the attack +3. That living bones is not next to any of its other any other monsters, and then he's also next to or adjacent to one of my mercenaries. So we're going to go ahead and give him 3, 5, 7. Yes, basic mathematic. I can do this. So that's going to be 7 damage onto the living bones. We're going to draw our modifier for that, and we drew a +1 modifier. So that means 7 damage, which is more than enough to kill the living bones. So they have 5 health with 1 shield. So all I had to do was 6 damage, and I did 7. Well, excuse me, essentially 6. So that is more than enough to kill this guy. He is going to go away. Go ahead and put a gold coin right over there. And then next up is going to be our brute. So let's see if he can cause some mayhem. So I'm going to go ahead and use the move 4 jump ability. And then I'm going to target all enemies that I move through. And oh, excuse me, before I forget, I had the backstab ability that I used. So I triggered both of these, which means that I'm going to go ahead and get 2 experience for Karen. So, all right, that's where she's at. And then back to the brute. So I'm going to go ahead and move 4. It's going to be a jump ability. Attack 2 to all enemies move through. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and move right there. And I've done 2 damage since I moved over that character. And then I'm also going to gain my 2 experience. I won't forget that. So we'll go ahead and tack that onto his little tracker over here. Boom. So that's going to be 2 damage to Bandit Archer number 4. Let's draw the modifier for that. And I got a +1. So that means 3 damage done to Archer number 4. 3 damage on number 4. With the top part of this card, I'm gonna go ahead and use Shield Bash. So that's going to be 4 damage and a stun onto that character. And then I will unfortunately have to discard this, and I will get 2 experience for this attack. So 2 experience, jumping up to 10, yeehaw. And then that is going to be 4 damage right over to there. Onto number 4, the Bandit Archer. So let's draw for the modifying card. So I did 4 points of damage. That is going to be more than enough to kill the Bandit Archer. They only have 5 hit points. She already had 3 on her, so boink. I'll leave a little gold token over there. The archers are going to go next. Well, the archer. So that's going to be move +1 and attack -1. So I believe since, let's see here, Karen went first, you are going to go ahead and target her because she has the lower initiative because there's a tie. So I'm pretty sure that's right. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and target Karen. And -1 to attack for their card. So let's draw a modifier for that and see what happens. And I got a +1. So that's going to mean 2 points of damage done to Karen. I have 1 point left on her hide armor. I had it just like that. So I took 1 damage. Now it's going to be completely exhausted. So we'll go ahead and move that over there. It is done. And I block 1 damage, but I also have to take 1 damage onto my character. So we'll go ahead and drop that down to 6. All right, perfect. Okay, so with the Scoundrel, I'm going to go ahead and do Special Mixture and Sinister Opportunity. I'm going to be playing this card first for its initiative, so 33. And then right now I'm doing so well that I think I'm going to try to move over here and grab this treasure. And then I'm going to try to have the Brute actually take care of this Bandit Guard over here. So that is kind of my thinking. So 3 movement, I'll end on the treasure, and I can also heal myself. So I'm going to do that. All right, so for the Brute, I'm going to go ahead and play Eye for an Eye and then Overwhelming Assault. This card, I'm just going to use the move ability and the initiative value. I want to try to move fast and then use the Overwhelming Assault, 6 damage or 6 attack to the target. So I'm going to be going at 18 initiative and just try to do a bunch of damage to the Bandit Archer. So let's draw for the Bandit Archer and see what she gets. Move +0, attack +0, initiative 31. Okay, so she will be going before the 33 initiative of the Scoundrel over there, but that's not a big problem. Hopefully the Brute can kill her before anything happens. So the Brute is going to go ahead and use the bottom part of Eye for an Eye, and we're just going to be moving 2 spaces using this little movement right here. So move right up there, grab that gold. Money, money, money. And then that is it for that part. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Overwhelming Assault, the top half of this, for damage 6. I get 2 experience. That is how that works. And holy cow, I am really close to dying with the brute, but I think we're gonna make it. So 6 damage onto the Bandit Archer, who has no damage done to her so far. So we will draw. Oh, okay. Oh, that's from the monster deck. I'm sorry. That is not from the brute. Okay, so this one is from the brute. So I drew a +1 modifier. That is going to be 7 damage. That is more than enough to kill that puny little archer. So this archer goes away. Put a gold down. And now, since there's no more archers left, no movement, we're going to go on to the Scoundrel right here. And we are going to go ahead and just take... we'll take this one. It doesn't really matter. We just need to move 3 spaces to grab the gold, or the treasure chest. So 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right, so we got the treasure chest. Yep. Legend of Zelda. All right, there we go. We'll put it over here. And then we don't have anything to do with our top action. I guess we could heal, but it doesn't matter. We survived. We beat the mission. We have killed all enemies. And then also there was supposed to be a little bit of story whenever I bust through this door, which, you know, as I said, I don't want to ruin that for you, so I didn't read it. I did take a screenshot, or excuse me, I held it up to the camera, so you can go back to the beginning and read it if you really want to know what the story was. But as of now, that was the scenario. Black Barrow, and we beat it. We did a good job. Awesome. Karen and Etu Brute did really good. Those names were ridiculous. I'm sorry. So that was my playthrough of the campaign number 1 for Gloomhaven. I'm so glad you guys watched my video. Thank you so much. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If I messed up on anything or you thought I could have done things differently in a certain area, leave it down in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion. And, you know, it's a pretty tough game to play, so I'm sure I botched it in a couple areas. But like I said, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.